Jackie. Hi, Pete. Hi, Colin. Hi, Tim. Yeah, I gotta get up at 5 a.m. myself here, Paul, which is 11 and a half hours from now. Hi, everybody. Just been sitting around, kind of bored, and so I thought I'd go online for a bit and see who shows up to chat. So, Jackie, Pete, Colin, Tim, Paul. Yeah, it is 4:36 p.m. here, so it's 9:30 in the UK. I probably go to bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight because tomorrow I start getting back up at 5 o'clock. I've slowly been training myself to start getting back up earlier, but tomorrow a whole new way of, I go back to normal work. I've been back to normal work, but it's only been partial groups and little bits, and tomorrow I'm back to half classes, half my class one day, half my class the other day, but the full schedule all day long. So I'm going to have to go back to getting up at 5 a.m. and getting to work at 6. So Colin, Pete, Kieran, and I think that's everybody so far. So hi, everybody. I saw Liverpool did win 2-0 against Sheffield, but I'm just not impressed with the way Liverpool is playing. I'm not impressed with the way, I know there's been more and more injuries. Henderson got injured earlier this week in another embarrassing loss. Hello, Rick R. So my the big news in my world is that yesterday I came down and was going to move some trains around and maybe clean a couple. And also, I'm sending my ICE2, which had been on the tracks. I was going to send that out to, I'm sending it out to a friend in California who is going to upgrade it for me. And so part of the reason I was going to mess with the trains was to clean some things up. And I was going to put my ICE3 back out on my layout. And it started coming through a point. It derailed for some reason, and it went zzz, zzz, dead. And so I tried moving around, wondered if it hit a dead spot. Apparently I somehow managed to fry I'm assuming I fried the decoder or the motor in it. So I threw that in the box. The box is already packed and ready to go out to the post office tomorrow. But yeah, one of my two favorite trains I fried yesterday morning, and I'm really mad at myself. I was near tears yesterday because I've never fried a motor or a decoder in my trains, and this happens to be one of my favorites and my best, and now I've got to ship it out for a while. And just, if I got to replace the motor, I don't know what that's going to cost. I know what upgrading the decoder. I'm hoping I just fried the decoder somehow. Hi, Lee. Bonsoir, les familles de la Pouge. So yeah, right after talking to you guys on Friday and cheering me up from what had been kind of a rough couple of weeks I was going through, it's like sometimes the universe just says it's time to smack you around a bit. So right after talking to you guys on Friday, good mood Friday night, got up Saturday, gonna box up my one train and send it to California, and I fried one of my favorite trains. I've never done that before. I'm so mad. And I can't blame anybody but myself. So yesterday I just spent the day quiet, cussing under my breath near tears. And Joyce is like, I just be walking around going, son of a... Joyce is like, what's the matter? And I'm like, for the 20th time today, what do you think is the matter? She's like, I'm sorry, I forgot. How could you forget that I fried out my favorite train? Yeah, I mean, and see, this is the problem, Paul. I mean, knock on wood, and that's the wooden board my computer's on bouncing as I knock on wood. The problem is, I don't know how it works in the UK, but first of all, I just got my income tax back. So my train money just got restocked. I have a budget for trains. I also have a budget for our trips to Europe, and we don't know if we're going to make it to Germany this year or not. Since last year's trip got canceled, I'm desperate. That's one of the things kind of depressing me. I'm waiting to see if there's any chance that by May or June, Europe will open up and the United States will open up enough that I can go to, that Joyce and I can go to Germany. But right now, I'd say at best it's a 50-50 chance. Joyce sounded like Smokey? No, I am Smokey. Oh, I got dry lip and using this stupid thing as a mirror. Sorry, I'm just trying to get some crud off my mouth. Guess I should get some water. But yeah, frying my ICE3 is just depressing, and I'm sure everybody's done it, but I've never fried a decoder or messed up one of my trains before, other than, yeah, I had two crash, but they walked away from it with small issues, nothing big. So, I was bringing it onto my layout, Laurent. I was bringing it onto my layout, and I've got a bad point. I got a bad switch over there, a bad turnout. And a couple of my trains will occasionally derail on it. It's the turnout that goes into my fiddle yard or comes into my fiddle yard. And for some reason it clicked and it derailed on the turnout, which caused a short because the ski gets crossed up. And so I panicked, and instead of doing what I normally do when I panic, which is hit the stop on my Central Station 3 and run over and adjust it, I ran over and messed with it, trying to put it back on track, and I got a double zzz, and I fried it. So I'm hoping it's just the decoder and not the motor. Joyce sounded like Smokey. That's weird. I don't think Joyce would sound like Smokey at all, because I do all the voices in that show, and if you've watched all the show, I do all the voices in the show except Daisy, Annie Wan, and Joyce does Daisy, Joyce does Annie Wan, and Joyce does Lil McGill, aka Nancy. So Joyce does 3 of the voices, and I do the other 20 characters. All right, Kieran, don't rub it in. Hi, Tim JD. See, look at that. Now all you people are, oh, I've never fried one. So yeah, now I feel really like crap again. But it derailed, and when it derails, like any train derails, it can't create a short in the system. And this thing has an auto stop, but you're supposed to hit the stop to shut off all power. I didn't, so when I did, I created a double short, and it caused my system to reboot. And when I tried to restart that, my ICE3 would not run. So now it's in a box with my ICE2 and my ICE1, and all three of my ICEs are going to California. Now the ICE1 you've never seen run on my layout because it's needed to be done, and so now that my train budget has been restocked, I'm sure countries have similar approaches, but in America, you spend all year paying your taxes, and then we have to file our taxes. So you get all your statements, all your paperwork, and you say, okay, here's what I had, here's what I made, here's what I paid in taxes, here's what I should have paid in taxes. Some people wind up owing the government more money. Most people usually wind up getting a small refund. I get a lot of money deducted from my paycheck, so I get a big refund back because I've used that for years to pay for trips to Europe and everything. And people say that's stupid. The thing is, if I didn't do it that way, I'd spend the money. If I had it deposited into a savings account. So I just wait till I get my income tax back, and it's a lot of money, and that restocks. So figures, I just restocked my train income, and now I'm going to have to spend a fortune getting my trains fixed. Actually, the other two I knew were going to be done. It's this one that's the burden. So anybody else come in that I've missed? David Cook is here, if I didn't say hi. I think I said hi to Tim JD. And see, I have yet, knock on wood, not had gearing issues. I've cleaned my wheels, not as often as I should, but I do every now and then, once every 2-3 months, go through and clean. The thing is, some of my locomotives have these computer-style pin and pin socket connection points, and they tell you they don't want you taking them apart, that you are supposed to put them together and leave them together, and that makes cleaning them really hard. One of the things I was going to buy, and actually I still can without a problem, is there is a track, this thing that several companies make. It's called a wheel cleaning track, and you can even build it into your layout, and your trains just run over it, and it cleans the wheels, degreases them, gets all the gunk off of them that they pick up. Well, hi, Lackawanna Wales, Lackawanna, Wales. Small town on the Atlantic coast, Lackawanna, Wales. Yeah, well, Paul, most people tell you because you don't get any interest on it, you shouldn't do it, but that's how I do it. It's because otherwise we would spend it. Joyce is the banker of the family. She grew up middle class, I grew up poor. And I had a dad who worked most of the time. He was laid off a couple of times, or he didn't have a job for months, and times would be tough. But we were never so poor that we were without a house. We lived in really cheap crap houses where he would pack the 8 of us into a house that was made for a family of 3, and we had food on the table, so I wasn't homeless poor. But you know, a couple of years, times were good. In the 60s, when I was a little kid, times were tough. But especially once the oil crisis of '73 destroyed the American economy, we lived hand to mouth. But my dad never had money. He never had spare money. And he spent his whole life saying, someday I'll do this, someday I'll do this. Now, at times he did save up money, and then it became very selfish stuff. Like he had bought himself a motorcycle and took off on trips for a week when he had a week off of work. You know, bye, Dad. So I grew up very much, I buy when the chance to buy is there. I don't care if I'm going to be broke for 2 weeks. I'm not going to delay my entertainment. You know, very stupidly. Joyce is a little more frugal. She's got a little Scottish blood in her. She's a little more frugal. And she's the banker of the family. And she basically, you know, says, okay, we can do this. And I've always encouraged her, like, Joyce, go out and buy yourself a new dress. Go out and get yourself something. She's like, no, it'll be fine. No, go buy it, because I'll spend it on me if you don't spend it on you. Well, hi, Mark. But so yeah, when I knew I was going to start doing this exchange program to Germany that I did from 2003 to 2016, I just went to my employer and said, hey, start taking an extra $25 a week out of my paycheck and put that aside, and then I get that all back in the spring, just in time to pay for our stuff to Europe. And it works, I probably bumped it up to 50 a week, somewhere along the line. And that's about, Tim, by the time I got into trains, Joyce and I weren't living like that. Joyce and I lived kind of tight. We lived on a very tight budget when we first got married, but when we married, I had just accepted my first professional teaching job, which was low pay, lots of hours. She was still in school. When we got married, she hadn't graduated college. We would have been a lot smarter if we had waited till she graduated school and got a year in of work. But we got married. I had just graduated university. She had a year to go in university. We got married. I moved to Cleveland. She, after her school year was over, moved to Cleveland with me, and then took a year off of school, and then I changed jobs and lost my insurance during the change, and she found out she was pregnant with our first kid after we moved back to Toledo, before I got rehired into a new school district. So we were without insurance and found out we were pregnant, so we had to pay for our first kid out of pocket. There was no insurance. Hey, Graham, nice to have you here. So yeah, we got married young, and we both intended to have kids young, but it was just bad timing when Joyce got pregnant with our first kid. I know a lot of couples say we, and I think I've gotten them to have the same, we got pregnant. She got pregnant. She carried the kid, I didn't. But, so it was, but that's the thing. Now, since I've been into trains, we live, we don't struggle too much. We're definitely living better than 90% of the people on Earth, 85% of the people on Earth. If you take all the people on Earth, we live better than the vast majority. And so, even though we have a small house, yeah, I know my layout looks big, but there's only one more level to the house, and that's kitchen, living room, 2 bedrooms, bathroom, and then Joyce and I sleep in the attic. But we don't have an attic layout. If we don't buy a train, we get cheese on top. Yeah. But the whole point there is that, so I just got my train budget restocked for the year, and I'm going to have to pay to get my ICE 3 fixed, because, yeah, and that's depressing me. It's seriously depressing. It's a train. I'd rather have broken my arm. I'd rather have fallen and broken my leg or broken my arm or re-injured my back than to have to send my ICE 3 off to get repaired. Oh, Tim, I totally believe you do. Yeah, my layout room is big, and this is our basement, but the entire rest of the house is the same size as this room. But again, I have a roof over my head, my kids were raised, my kids never starved, we've never had to go without, my kids always had a Christmas, And my goal in life was to just do better than my father did. That was my goal. I wanted my kids to grow up in better neighborhoods than I grew up in. I didn't need the mansion. I didn't need the expensive car. Although I had cars I wanted that were cool cars. I mean, you guys have, most of you have probably seen pictures of somewhere, well, a lot of you probably haven't, my old classic car. I don't know, could I get a picture of it up real fast? I don't know. Let's do this. Yeah, I can just add image. Let's see if I can do this. Browse. Dodge cars. There we go. Where are you, baby? There it is. Okay, this, let me see if I can fit this into screen. Almost. Some of you may have seen this before. This was my toy for a few years. This was my toy for a few years. A 1973 Dodge Charger SE. The king of Dodge Chargers were the king of American stock car racing. They dominated from the mid-late 60s till the late 70s when Dodge stopped making them. But this was my toy. This was my one expensive toy. And actually it wasn't that expensive, but I did kind of break our savings to buy this because that was my attitude. I had a chance to buy it, I was buying it. But that was my American muscle car. That was my bad boy. Now, personally, I would have rather had it in black with the white vinyl top, but green was what became available to me for a lot less than they go for. I put some money into it. Hang on a second. Well, you guys can keep looking at that. Where is it? Here, we'll just stick that over there for now. We'll stick him right there. And now I have this, and this is a toy. Johnny Lightning is like Matchbox and Hot Wheels. But the car in the picture, on this toy is my car. The car in this picture is that car right there. Yeah, Laurent, I know what a decoder costs. I'm more concerned that the motor fried. If the motor fried, that's going to be a big delay because it's going to have to be ordered from Germany and brought in and blah, blah, blah. So I'm hoping it's just the decoder. That would be the happy problem. But yeah, so this car won the 1999 Chicago Mopar Rally. Mopar was the Chrysler company's engine and undercarriage production company, Mopar, Motor Parts, Mopar. And it won the 1999 Chicago Mopar Rally Best in Class. And Johnny Lightning people were there, and they took pictures and made a toy of it. So that was my bad boy, and it got made into a toy. So the car here is actually mine. The picture in here was my car. My car. So I got that one. Uh-oh, groin shot. Sorry about that, kids. Groin shot. Apologize for that. My show just went NC-17. Sorry, I meant to change the screen off and didn't. And then let's add, well, I still drive a Charger, but a 2014 Charger. Hey, John at Mystic Valley, how are you? Nice to have you here. Well, hi, Ollie at Wardle Road. And my grandson will be here anytime within the next hour because it's Sunday and they come over to visit every Sunday. My son-in-law, daughter, and grandson. And then let's see. What else? Yeah, see, now I'm going to show off, and I don't want anybody getting too offended. The next car, cool car on my hit list was, do I have one of it in the front yard in the same part? No, just the backyard. Okay. This is another one of my toys I had. Actually, I got this one after I had to sell my Charger. This was a 1990 Dodge Stealth. When I had to sell my Charger in 2012, when did I have to sell it? 2011, after the 2008 economic crash. This is a Dodge Stealth, one of the very few built in America. Now, if you ever heard of the Dodge Viper, this was built on the same chassis as a Viper, but was the cheap version, not the expensive version of the Viper was. This was the poor man's version of the Viper. It didn't have the high-end engine and some of the other stuff the Viper had, but it was built on the same chassis. But that was my other toy after I had to sell my Charger. I don't have this one anymore either. But that was one of the few Dodge Stealths actually built in America with the American engine, which was better than the Mitsubishi Japanese engine that most of them had. And then Mitsubishi, released it as the 300Z or whatever they called their version of it. But that was my other little automotive toy. Yeah, we'll throw him up here. So that was my other passion for a while, was cars. But again, I was in my late 40s. Well, how old? Early 40s when I really started messing around with cars. Well, I got the Charger. How old was I when I got the Charger? Yeah, I was 40 when I got the Charger. And then the Stealth came when I was about 47. I had my Charger for about 8 years, and then I had to sell it. Yeah, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, that's what it was. Yeah. There's a lot of bad blood between Dodge and Mitsubishi because Dodge designed a lot of cars because Dodge owned Mitsubishi. And then Chrysler, because Chrysler was going broke, sold off Mitsubishi, and Mitsubishi basically hacked and stole all kinds of car designs from the Dodge designers, took them to their offices and released them before Dodge could release them. And the Stealth was the last one that Dodge designed it and gave the design to Mitsubishi. But, yeah, Mitsubishi robbed Dodge of a lot of stuff. Your passion is static grass. My passion's life. Let's give you guys something to look at. A little bigger. I haven't had any of the bigger cameras on. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. You can start crying again. That's not the one I meant to hit. It was this one. Nobody's here, but there will be. Ah, here he comes. Yeah, I'm just glad none of my German friends are online right now, or at least that they've let me know, because they would yell at me. I'm running an improper consist. This red locomotive that just came around in front of you here should not be pulling these cars. It's my layout, I do what I want, but I haven't run that locomotive in a year, so I loosened him up today, and that's when I was thinking of going live, and decided to have him pulling cars. Normally he should be pulling the red Regiobahn cars, but I've got a loco doing that. So I'm letting that guy go, but he would not be pulling those white cars with the red stripes. He's a regional locomotive, and the white cars with red stripes are the high speed. Well, let's, where was that? Was it this one? All right, I can add and this is my current. I wish there was an auto fit button on here. Maybe there is, and I just haven't seen it. Yeah, this is my current bad boy. This is a 2014 Dodge Charger, so 41 years after my original Charger. This is a 2014 Dodge Charger. Joyce actually picked this car out. One of the greatest stories of all time. That's our current car. That's a 2014 Dodge. No, it's not an SRT10. No. The SRT10 is based on it, but a little different. No, this is not a Hellcat. The Hellcat was actually based on the Challenger body. The Hellcat is a Challenger. This is the four-door Charger, which a lot of old Charger pros are very angry about because Chargers were big two-doors. A Challenger was basically a small Charger. But the funny thing is, the Challengers today are as big as the old Chargers. That's why Mustangs and Challengers were called pony cars, because they weren't the big horses that the Gran Torinos and the Chargers and everything else were. I have only and will only drive Dodges. My father made me buy a Ford as my first car, and I was angry at him because there were a couple of Dodges I wanted. My father made me buy this beat up Ford from a neighbor. And no, that was it. I have driven nothing but Dodges the rest of my life. Right, Pete. So, yeah, I have. And by the way, hello, Russ, or Gus. Sorry, I said Russ. And by the way, if you don't know, I am related to the car company. Distantly. You know, not direct descendant, because actually all their direct descendants are dead. They're distant cousins. Like, my great-grandfather was cousins, first cousins, second cousins with the guys who started the car company. Although my great-grandfather helped the Dodge brothers start the Dodge car company. He actually did go and work for them because Dodge family was close. But my grandfather quit just before they went into full production of the first Dodges in 1914. My grandfather quit. Great-grandfather quit. And then he died. And then my grandfather lost everything in the Depression, including his house. Oops. Anybody on the Village? Nope, nobody's on the Village yet. Here comes that railjet up the ramp. So, but yeah, I'm a big... So yeah, we only drive Dodges. My kids all own Dodges. My wife jokingly asked my son's girlfriend and says, because she drives a Nissan, and my wife just looked at her here recently. Joyce looked at her and said, "You do realize that if you do join the family, that's your last Nissan?" And she kind of rolled her eyes and says, my wife's like, "We only drive Dodges in this family." Hey, Paul's taking off. All right, good night, Paul. I have actually several times written letters to Dodge car companies suggesting commercial ideas and things like that. One time I had a complaint. We had just bought a car, and I forget what the issue was now. And we were not happy about something, and we called and then said, you know, and when they asked who we were, I just gave them Anthony Dodge, and they said, "No, your last name, not the car." I said, "My last name's Dodge." We got a call from the executive vice president of Dodge that day. That was funny because, yeah, we were right below the president. Probably the 12th highest guy in the whole Chrysler Fiat chain of command. But, yeah, we got put... Somebody saw the last name Dodge, and they didn't know we were nobodies, but they just saw the last name Dodge on the complaint, and they shipped it to the top. We got free oil changes for 5 years and free service for 3 years for that. Sometimes it's nice to have a famous last name. You're related to Cliff Richard. That's cool. That's it. I'm not related to anybody famous other than the Dodge Car Company, and that's kind of famous. But I don't get anything from it. Other than if you Google the images of the Dodge brothers who started the car company, you go, yeah, I can kind of see Anthony in that. Your passion is bra ads? Mystic, you're near my age, I think, but I think we could spend too many hours in therapy discussing the old days when the Sears catalogs and the JCPenney catalogs came in. And you couldn't wait for your parents to stop flipping through them so You could hide in your bedroom and stare at the lingerie ads in the old shop catalogs. Yeah, hi Andrew T. I was bored. I was bored and a bit depressed, so I came on. Oh, there's a nice little village view. So I told Joyce I was going to go on after Tim, and she said, yeah, go ahead. All right, Tim, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. I don't even know how many people do I have in the chat. 20. It's pretty good for an unannounced, unexpected one. Why not? So yeah, nobody else that I subscribed to was streaming, so I thought I'd go on for a bit until dinner time. I don't know when my son-in-law, daughter, and grandson are going to get here, and I might bring Cayenne down for a visit. I don't know. But yeah, before I was into trains, wargaming and cars were my passion. So that was my thing. Those were the I've told this before, but the day we bought this car is one of the funniest moments in years of funny moments of Joyce and I being married. Joyce and I have been married for 33 years, going on 34 in a couple of months. Yeah, 34. But Joyce does not like shopping for cars. Joyce hates shopping for cars. She doesn't like dealing with the dealers. She wants me to go handle it. And I was always a good haggler too, so I'd go in and haggle. But I always want Joyce to drive the car, and Joyce and I were debating. I wanted a Charger. She wanted the Challenger. And I finally convinced her we wanted the 4 doors right now because of friends and more room in the blah, 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 blah. But anyhow, I made her go along once I picked out a car because I still want her to try it and see if she likes it. And we looked at a couple of different Chargers, and like one of the brand new ones, she didn't like the feel of it. So I test drove this one. And then I asked Joyce to test drive it. And, you know, we had driven the family vehicles. We had in America what are called the minivans, the Dodge Caravans. And so I had her test drive this. So Joyce gets in it. She adjusts the seats. She's already like, I like this. This feels good. All right, Laurent. Bonsoir. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. Joyce, so Joyce gets in this car and she wants to pull out. And so I told her, go ahead and gun it. Nobody's coming, just pull it out there. So Joyce is driving like this and she hits the gas and we're boom. We are on the highway outside the dealership. It's just instantaneous. Light speed, but with G-force. And I look at Joyce, because she wasn't expecting this. And you got to see it in profile. Joyce is driving like, well, I'll do it this way so you can see. And hear me. Joyce is driving like this, and all of a sudden you see a little corner of her mouth. And I looked at her and I said, what? And she turns to me and goes, vroom. That was her thing. Vroom. And she turns back to focus on her driving. And I said, we're going to buy this car, aren't we? And she just turned to me and went, and we bought that car. We drove off the lot with that car. That was Joyce. Joyce loved that. Hi, Heath. How are you? But yeah, so even though I picked it out, Joyce decided we were buying this car. But that is a family joke for years now. Vroom. She drove that car. She test drove that car. No, she was not leaving that parking lot without this car going into without that car going into our driveway. She was not leaving that dealership without this car. She loved it. She wanted an adult car with muscle. So she got a Dodge Charger. Because that thing kicks butt. That thing kicks butt. I love getting on the highway and little guys in their BMWs like, oh, you with your American gas guzzler, I shall drive fast. And I'm just like, goodbye. And the BMW's like, wait, I gotta catch up. You, your BMW, your Audi can wait behind. Even guys in their Chevy Corvettes would struggle to beat this guy. So running trains, talking cars, boring people to death, it's what it's all about. Wait, that's Lee's line. I want to infringe. By the way, guys, if you didn't catch it, Heath broke 1,000 apparently during somebody's live stream yesterday. Crossed Anchors live stream. I'm not subscribed to Cross Anchors, so I don't go to their live streams. Well, hi, Peter Shaw. Good evening. I would really dearly love to have a laugh and take credit, but I think we bumped Heath up somewhere between 2 and 5, because once we did that bit, Joyce was asking me like every couple hours, did Heath break 1,000? What's Heath at? Where was he at before he started? I said, well, I think it was around 988, 989 when he came into the live stream. And we saw late Friday, when we went to bed late Friday night, that Heath was up to 994. It's all in humor. We take no credit for anything. Like I said, I mean, I think 2 people told us that they did go over to your channel and subscribe. I'm just not that. I'm not that in need of praise. I seriously, it was funny. I just hope when we do something like that, people don't think we're mocking them. We just assume you have a good sense of humor. See, our problem is Joyce and I will mock ourselves, and therefore we'll have a laugh with anybody. We try not to be hurtfully mocking. We just don't ever want to mock somebody hurtfully. We don't want to laugh at somebody, but hopefully they'll see something is funny and they'll laugh with us. I mean, that's what hooked Joyce and I up 38 years ago. Joyce and I met almost 38 years ago, and we've been married almost 34. But that first night we met, it was very subversive. Joyce and I both have very similar senses of humor, and it's very subversive. Laughing when you shouldn't be laughing, and eat the rich and storm the Bastille types of humor. You know, we don't take ourselves seriously at all, and so we like to have goes at the people who do take themselves too seriously. Well, you know, we say so-and-so got them there. I mean, yes, maybe Crossed Anchor said, hey, by the way, if he hasn't subscribed to Heath, I wasn't there, I don't know what happened. Heath got Heath to 1,000, okay? Let's understand that. Heath got Heath to 1,000. Now, whether he had help to get one more step, you know, was he staggering drunk to the 1,000-yard line finish and somebody nudged him over? Because people can go over. I mean, I broke 800 4 times in a week. Oh, don't go there, Heath. Don't go there. You have done quite the marathons, and I've never done as long as you have. I always end because people say goodbye and I go to bed. So if you were still hanging here watching, that's not on me. John, which one's leaving? John, Mystic Southern's taking off. Okay, bye-bye. You know, yeah, I mean, I don't know who supports my channel. I mean, I don't ask for support. I figure I got between 20 and 35 real subscribers because when I do a live stream, I get 20 to 35 people who show up. And those are the only people right now I truly care about. Now, if I were posting more Miracle Show videos, I would get more people because I do hear from my German friends like, when are you going to do Miracle Shows again? And I'm like, I don't know. I got addicted to the live streams, and their live streams are easier to do. Now, and again, please, if you do a live stream and you put together, this is all about me. It's all about me, okay? It's all about me. It's not about you. It's all about me. All right. No, it's not about you. It costs me nothing to do a live stream. It takes me no time, okay? I'm not going out buying stuff. I'm not trying to get stuff together to build for you and show for you. I go on, show my trains, and talk. When I was doing my shows, and many of you have probably never seen my shows, even as stupid as they were, those took hours and hours of production time. Yes, I intentionally made them look like they were thrown together in 5 minutes because I wanted it to have that low budget feel. But writing and scripting, even these stupid cartoon shows I put out here, they take time. They take time to write, then do the voices, and even the stupid just throwing pictures up. I just finished doing episode 8, so I will have an episode next Friday. I've written episodes 8 and 9. I just finished filming episode 8 this morning. Episode 9 I'll probably film through the week. But between actual sitting down time writing, which came out to like 8 minutes. It's an 8-minute scene, 8.5-minute scene. Probably took me about 2 to 3 hours to write that. And then it probably took me another half hour to record the voices, half hour to 45 minutes. And I don't like the way my voices sound in that one. I think I was dealing with a bit of a sore throat last night when I was recording it. And the voices aren't quite right. But I just wanted to make sure I had it done. And then it took me about 3-4 hours of editing to put the video together. So for an 8-minute bit, 7 to 8 hours of work. And I know that. And I know Ali puts a lot of time in it. Even, I say even Tim, that sounds right. Tim puts a lot of time and prep into his. There are guys that put a lot of money into it. I know how much Sparky talks about he puts into a show, but of course that's using the money people give him to buy stuff and give out the gifts. And, and that's interesting to talk about for a minute, is Sparky stepping away from the Wednesday live feeds. And he says he will come back. He's just taking a few months off. And he talks about the time commitment it takes him to do that. And, I don't know how well I relate to that, because for me, it's not a time commitment here. Friday for 2 hours, because I'm not planning. Maybe he's planning. He's getting things ready. He's going out shopping and doing all that. But I also know, and you could look in his eyes, it hurt him to say he was going to stop for a while. But you could also see he was tired. Work can get in the way. Life gets in the way. As John Lennon said, life is what happens while you're busy making other plans. And Sparky's just tired. And to have that, it becomes an obligation. Everybody's expecting me to go on tonight. And that part hasn't hit me. He was doing it for 5 years. I've been live streaming since July or August. I did my first live stream. Uh-oh, somebody's coming. Hang on.
Say hi to Opa.
Uh-oh.
Opa, he's not real sure. Nobody left Mama.
Uh-oh.
So,
Opa's got you. Hey!
everybody. I gotta go fix dinner. You got an uncle? I should come down for a second. You gotta keep them.
Yeah, I'll keep them for a bit.
Okay.
That might be interesting. Hey, there he is. Say hi, everybody. Woohoo! Hi, hi, hi. You're with Opa. Opa. Oh. Yeah, he's a little too attached to his mom. I think he's getting worse about it. Although he doesn't mind hanging out with me. Hi there. Hi. You're on TV? I'm making you a TV. You're on YouTube. I'm making you a star. Say hi, everybody. Hi. This is Kyan. If you didn't know, this is my grandson, Kyan. I got you. Darn it. Hit the wrong buttons again. No. Let's get the name right. It's with a K, guys. It's with a K. All right, let's see if we can get you in with the card. All right. Dude, why am I constantly missing? There we go. There, they can watch the trades a bit. What up? What up? What up? Kieran, his vision hasn't even developed that far yet. I think at this stage, his clarity of vision is still probably like 18 inches. Babies really don't see too far away. They respond to sound and voice. I think I've got him. Hey, Joseph, how are you? Oh, my voice. I'm startling him. I got to be less enthusiastic. Less enthusiastic. All right, tell you what, we're going to move a camera here so you can be a star on TV, okay? We're going to move one. Oh. Where is it? Where is it? There you are. There you are. Look at that. That's you. Yay. Yeah, he's actually driven trains before. You ready to go? Ready to go? Putting the controller in his hands. Not that he can hold it, but... Here, let's do this. Let's go. There we go. Yeah, we could go even lower. How low can you go? There we go. All right. Show them what you can do, Kai. Stupid nerd. That's it. Make that train go. Yeah, he just... Oh, nope, you slowed him down. Stay put, little man. Okay, there you go. You can drive this one better. You ready? Hello in there. Ah, shucks. Hello. Hello, people. Yes, they are poop machines, but that's the best thing about grandchildren, Pete. The best thing about grandchildren, I don't have to change the diapers anymore. I can hand it off. When I was the dad, I had to change the diapers. What do you think? More speed! More speed! Sorry, I'm distracted now. Oh, oh, there's a burp. You love to throw that head around, don't you? He loves to throw his head around, man. I think he's a... I forget what the British slang term is when you... Yeah, nuttin', right? When you headbutt people, nuttin'. It was called nuttin'. He loves to nut. See, the problem is in American English, nut means something else. And nutting means something else. He's a head bumper. Are you talking? You want to talk in the mic? You got something to say? You got something to say? You know almost as much about trains as I do. Define new. I have seen so many new ones. As in, you know, the newest night jet they just created, or the, because I might say yes and I might say no. What new one are you referring to? Because they've got a few new ones. Grandpa! I wonder if of course, this is violating YouTube. Does my video contain children? Well, yeah. But you see what happens? My daughter gets here, and where does the grandson go? To grandpa. Maybe not. I may not have seen that one. Oh, Kyan. Oh. What, do you want to type? What do you want to type? What do you want to type? How do you give this a thumbs down, man? What else is on? Who else is live streaming? Well, hello, Mosquito Thunder. Yes, I do love rail jets. Let's knight you. I now declare you knights of the rhomboid table. I'm gonna have to look that up because I've seen some new ones, including their night jets, which is a night jet sleeper wagon. Dude, quit throwing that head around. Little FaceTime with the grandson. What up? What up? What up? Yeah, hi there. Look, butt shot. You just mooned everybody. Well, you didn't moon. Your pants are gone. Oh, what's up, little dude? Yes, we have the rhomboid table, Knights of the rhomboid table. So let's see. Yeah, let's go 11 lane for a bit. We got some guys coming in. Here comes the IC2, the IC2, not ICE. Just waiting for my German friends. Why is a 146 pulling an IC1? Hey Joseph, is that the, did you check to see, isn't that the, because the blue livery is the night jet. It's the Railjet nighttime long distance runner. If I had two hands, I'd pull it up real quick, because I have a hunch. I don't know if I'm right or not. That might be what you're referring to, because it's a Railjet, but it's a darker blue. And then also there's the Czech Railjet here, which is a light blue. This guy is also a Railjet. That's the Czech one. But the dark blue one is a has been what's called the night jet. It's a Railjet, but it has the sleeper cars in it, and they use it for long distance traveling and nighttime traveling. I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, yep, it is, but you're right, Joseph, because they've got new locomotives. Instead of the Taurus, they've got a Vectron pulling them now. They've got the new Vectron 193 pulling it, because yeah, Joseph, you're right, that is a new livery, but it's a new livery for the night jet. The blue is different, the red line is a little different. And they have a Vectron 193 pulling it instead of the Taurus. So you're absolutely right. It is new, but I'm right. It's the night jet, which means that they'll be changing to the Vectrons on the regular Railjet soon, too. They always change them on the nighttime cruise first. Funny thing is, Heath, going back to what you were saying there, I don't know if I'm well informed, Joseph. I just research it quick. You were more informed than I was. I just found it real quick to make sure. Just because I tend to know how the Austrian, I keep up on the German and Austrian trains, but I had missed that. But yeah, it's a slightly new paint scheme, and they definitely have changed locomotives. So you knew that. I didn't. You knew that. But let me see. Heath was saying take me back to the womb. It's crazy out here. He doesn't want to go back to the womb now. Uh, he was a induced labor baby. My daughter has diabetes, so they induce, when you have diabetes, they induce the children early because babies tend to get large in the womb when you have diabetes, and can do a lot of damage. But anyhow, he's 2 months old last week, so I think he's 10 weeks old today. He's 10 weeks old today, but really he's more, in terms of being where he should be, he's like 7 weeks. Although he's developing properly among the 10-week development. His vision, his weight, everything is going up. But he is clingy to his mom. His mom needs a break. He did not want to come out of the womb originally, apparently. Actually, I do, Joseph. There's also the TV show Eisenbahn Romantique. But yeah, I do check the journal. They also got a Facebook page and YouTube channel I watch. But yeah, I check that out. I tend to just kind of glance at it if they're doing older stuff. But when they get to the new, when they get to modern era stock, then I watch more. Uh-oh. Grandpa bored him to sleep. Just like you guys, I bored him to sleep. Headbutt. Hey, see, you get Grandpa with the baby, and now I'm quiet. That's how you shut me up. It shuts the baby up, and it shuts me up. Yeah. Railways Europe. All right, let me mark that down. Okay. Okay, there we go. No, Kieran, it's not a stupid question. I have not printed anything in a couple of weeks, only because I'm looking for specific buildings I want to print now, and the last couple of weeks I've been back to full-time work, and those little hours to kill have disappeared. Now I have minimal hours. I mean, today would have been a nice day to maybe look at 3D printing, but I didn't think there was nothing I specifically was looking to print. A couple of weeks ago, I printed up a bunch of buffers, 3D buffers, for all my little so I don't know if I have one in reach. I printed up a bunch of these. So, and yes, they need painted. but they really do snap onto the rails really nicely. Yep, just missed him. Ah, we'll catch this guy coming around. No, he's going the other way. Ah, the railjet coming up. Here we go. Here goes that railjet through the trees. Cool view. And now up the ramp. There's that railjet coming through. Station view. And then village view. There goes that freight train around. The nice thing is, I don't know how well you hear it on here, is you get a nice clack, 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 which really sounds like rails, trains on the rails, going over the joints, clack, clack, clack. But yeah, it's relaxing. He's conked out. Grandpa's bored him to sleep, and considering how quiet the room is here, I've bored you all to sleep. Hey everybody, what's out there? You can all type in chat, talk to each other. I know in the UK most of you are going to bed. It's 11 o'clock there in the UK. It's midnight in Germany, and tomorrow's a work day. I'll be at work in 12 hours. It's not even dinner time here yet. Almost dinner time. Well, Rick, I tend to be lucky. I definitely have had some derailments at times, more because I bumped something while the train's going past. It's just, I make sure everything's running smooth before I go online, but that was something I was talking about at the start of this live stream, which is I fried my favorite train because I derailed it and then forgot to turn off my system because I ran over to it immediately where it derailed at a stupid point I've needed to replace for a while. Maybe this is going to finally kick me in the butt and replace that point. And would take, that's the problem, it takes 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes. It will take 3 minutes to replace that point. And I just don't go around the table, pull the table out to yank the point out, put a new one in. But 99% of the time, 99.9% of the time, it's not an issue. But every now and then, some of my trains have a problem coming out of the one fiddle yard onto the main layout, and my ICE3 is one of them, and I fried its decoder yesterday morning because I forgot to turn the system off to shut the power. So while I was fiddling to get it back on, it had already shorted itself out. I double shorted it out, and then it stopped working. So I'm a complete idiot. You know, the whole point is I have an auto stop right here that kills power everywhere, but a thing is only as good as the human who uses it. I mean, I could turn all my trains and locomotives have decoders. I could turn them all on, you'd hear diesel sound and electrical sound. If I run in my couple of steamers, you'd hear the steam chugging away. I tend not to when I'm streaming. I do like to do it if I'm just down here running trains, but I turn the electrical sounds on because that's what I hear when I'm traveling in Germany, is the sound of the trains, you know, the clacking on the rails, but also the I don't know if you'll hear it whining coming through or not. But yeah, you can hear the whine of the rail bit. Now sometimes if I have all 6 trains that I run at a time with their sounds on, it can overload you. Where's my... Oh, sorry, Kyan. I just turned my diesel on. I really shouldn't worry about waking him up. If he's anything like his mother, an earthquake's not going to wake him up. Well, hi, Steve. And hi, Lee again. Yep, I got a little something on my right shoulder here. He was awake when he first came down, but Grandpa pulled him to sleep, which I think is what Grandma wanted me to do. Sorry guys, messing with my tablet here. Let me
Wir begrüßen Sie in der S1 nach St. Gallen als Städter. Turbo wünscht Ihnen eine gute Fahrt. An Gleis 1 bitte einsteigen. Turbofähre, Vorsicht bei der Abfahrt. Meine Damen und Herren, an Gleis 2. Für Fuß
hi, Ian. Hi, Ian. Indeed, Steve, that would be wild to see. I'm playing my station announcements. These are the ones that are actually playing at my station, but I've got them channeled back into my speakers on my computer. Turn those off now. Yeah, there's something about when my kids were little, and I guess having a grandson makes me happy. I want them a couple of years older when they can really start seeing things, but I like to think I was a good dad. Raised my kids. I know my kids came out great, but I hope they would look back and think, yeah, Dad was fun. But yeah, this is grandchild number 1, so it's I don't know that it's more special. It's more special right now, especially because Joyce has been waiting for a long time to be a grandma. I think Joyce has wanted to be a grandma as soon as our son turned 18 and her babies were all grown up. All right, Steve, take care. I'll probably be getting off in a couple minutes. Dinner will be ready soon. I should probably actually visit my family since they've come over to visit, but they gave me the grandson and that allows them to talk, so they're probably enjoying it. Take care, Steve. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, a year ago at this time, actually 13 months ago now, because it was the end of January, my doctor told me I was building up towards a massive heart attack, and I need to change now. And I had always been very healthy, always in shape, and the doctor just said, your sugar levels, your cholesterol levels, your blood pressure are all spiking enormously the last couple of months. And I'm like, well, work has been really hard the last few months. This is before lockdown. This was 13 months ago, but last couple of years at work have been harder as our school has changed, the neighborhoods have changed, kids are tougher, parents are less cooperative. Government, our very conservative state, is very overly involved in what they want teachers to do and all that crap. And you just get stressed out by it. And apparently I've been stress eating and just stressing. And doctor said, you're going to have a massive heart attack real soon. And I didn't, this was before I knew I was going to be a grandpa, but that was part of the thinking. I wanted to be around for my grandkids. I wanted to be around still for my kids. And that forced me to have to change. Let's turn those sounds off. I can't I'll do that later. And I had already dropped about 20 to 30 pounds when my granddaughter came in and said after years of trying she was pregnant, and pregnant enough where she felt she could share it. She came in for Joyce's birthday, and Joyce's birthday and Mother's Day were on the same day. Because Mother's Day is early in the month. Maybe it was Memorial Day and birthday. But she came in and gave her a card that said, "Happy Birthday, Grandma." And Joyce just opened that card and just went back and looked at the front. Grandma, wait, what? And then it dawned. And Joyce was in tears of joy for the rest of the day, finding out she was going to be a grandma because she had wanted to be a grandma. And then a lot of worry because my daughter had some health issues, and so now that he's here, I'm glad I'm here because I might not have been here. I don't know that I'm out of the woods other than my sugar levels are way down, my cholesterol levels come down pretty well, and my blood pressure is back to very good. So, Andy and Steve already left, but my haircut alarm hasn't rung in years. Well, hi, St. Peter's Layout. Thomas, how are you? Hi, Luma. Yeah, I'm going to be wrapping up in a little bit, but not right away. It is 6:07 here, and dinner time in the Dodge household on Sundays is about 6:30. So that's 11:30. So what's 11:30? 23:30 UK time, and 12:30 a.m. 0:30 a.m. For mainland Europe. Yeah, I'm just hanging out here with my grandson. Hi, Warwick Andy, too. Did Warwick Andy come in? I did not. Oh, there he is. Hi there. Hey, all you UK guys. It's past your bedtimes. Look at this dude. He must be UK, too, because he went to bed. Actually, this is his German and Italian blood in him. This poor kid, he's half German, half Italian. He's going to start a world war. Oh. How are you doing, Thomas? Hang on, Thomas. We got to knight you. Whoops. Ah, darn it. Darn thing. Come on, quit moving screen. I now declare you knights of the Romboy table. Luma, which 187 train? Let's see. Because I've got a mix. They're all MFX, but some of them are MFX Plus. See, I'm all German, but His dad is half Italian. Uh-oh.
Your couple minutes, you were going to get all his outstanding like 10 and you got another one.
So you're saying it's dinner time?
Just about, yes.
Well then,
You have a minute.
does mom or somebody want to come and get the baby?
Yes, that's also why I was here.
Okay, you're here to steal the baby from me.
Right.
They're coming to take my baby away. And she's trying to avoid being on camera.
For the most part, guys.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
That's the aunt, not the mama. How the heck is that up? There we go, there we go. So, apparently I've just been notified they've taken the baby, which means I need to bring this to an end. Sorry, dinner is early today. So, hi, Sparky. I'm doing well. I mean, for the 10th time today, I did something I have never done before on my Model Railway channel, or my Model Railway. I've done the mistake before, but never where the repercussions were so bad. My ICE3 derailed on this one tricky point I have coming out of my fiddle yard. My ICE3, along with my Railjet, my two favorite trains. It's also one of my newest trains, and it derailed on this stupid point. And instead of doing what I should have done, which would have taken half a second, done, shut the power off, I got up, ran over, and manually tried to re-rail it and caused a double short. It had already kind of shorted the system and caused the pause, but it didn't shut the system down, which it can also do. But I manually did it, and apparently I fried the decoder. I'm hoping I fried the decoder, not the motor. Decoder can be fixed, and it's shipped back quickly. Motor has to be ordered, takes 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks to get it in, then another couple of weeks for him to set it up and do it and turn it in. So sadly, I screwed up one of my favorite trains, and I am seriously mad at myself and depressed. And I've been hanging in live streams, and when all the live streams ended today, I went live because I needed to be distracted because I've been kicking myself in the butt for 36 hours now. So anyhow, I got to end this because dinner is on the table, and they've taken the grandson away. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. It was just, like I said, I was just here to kill time and have people distract me from depression. Of course, the grandkid can do that as well. So take care of yourselves. I'll see everybody on whoever stream is next. I'll be at Sidetrack Sunday tonight. I should be, with the grandbaby or without. Hey, Ray. Hi. I guess I apologize for not seeing you. Randall, hi. I'm just wrapping it up. So, anyhow, so I apologize to those of you just coming in, but I thought I'd be able to go to 6:30, but dinner bell has rung and I have been summoned. So all of you take care. As always, Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trains. Take care.